YouTube. I'm back again with some more pickups. This is pretty much everything I've bought in September. Mostly from Vinted, I would say. I think there's 2 or 3 things from eBay and one thing from the charity shop, and some from CEX. So we'll make a start actually with Vinted. I got a job lot of Doctor Who DVDs. The guy was asking, there was 11 in total, and the guy was asking a tenner, and I put in an offer for 8 and it was accepted. So with postage and fees it was just over £11, so basically £1 a piece, and well, £1 and change a piece. A few of these I do already own, so they'll probably be going back out on Vinted. I'll probably just put them up at £1 each just to clear them, get my money back. But anyway, in no particular order, we've got Revelation of the Daleks. It's been a Colin Baker story. Doctor Who and the Solarians, John Pertwee. Earthshock, Peter Davison. Black Orchid, another Peter Davison. A special edition with slipcover of the 5 Doctors. It's been the 25th anniversary. Lost in Time, William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton. I think this is a selection of either lost episodes or refound lost episodes. I guess there won't be lost episodes because we wouldn't be able to see them if there were, but I haven't really had a proper look at this one. Yeah, it looks like it's surviving episodes of lost, partially lost stories. 4 to Doomsday, and yet another Peter Davison. I think most of these look like they are Peter Davison. Warriors of the Deep, again. Some Tom Baker, Invasion of Time. The Sea Devils, John Pertwee, and finally Attack of the Cybermen, another Colin Baker. So yeah, for £1 a piece. I think there's 4 of them I already own. Although the 5 Doctors I've got, I'm fairly certain I've got the other version of that, not the 25th, not the 25th anniversary edition. These next 2 also came from Vinted. They're £1 each, but came from the same seller, so I actually only paid 1 lot of fees and 1 lot of postage. So for the 2, brought it up to just over £5 for the pair. Both brand new and sealed. So we've got Eddie the Eagle. Comes with the slipcover, which is on there pretty tight, but yeah, it's still sealed. I do have, well, I don't have this, I did have this. I lent it to my mother about 2 or 3 years ago, and I've never seen it since. But that one didn't have a slipcover, and when this came with a slipcover, I thought, what the hell, I might as well. And I did at the time actually redeem the digital copy, so I do kind of have it on YouTube, I think. Or was it an iTunes? I don't think it's an iTunes. I think it's a YouTube. What was an ultraviolet digital copy, but now Google Play. Anyway, I enjoy this film. It's a lot of fun, and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald in 3D. Again, brand new and sealed. Still need to get the first one in 3D. I'm fairly certain the most recent one of the 3 movies never got a 3D release. I don't even know if it was in the cinemas in 3D, to be fair. But yeah, happy to have that. I just need to find Fantastic Beasts and where to find them in 3D. I see the steelbook version of that in 3D way more often than the standard edition, oddly. And when I do see the standard edition, not the standard edition, but the normal Amaray version of the 3D version of that movie, 3D edition of that movie, I never see it with a slipcover. So yeah, I'm still looking for that one. I do have another set that came from Vinted, but there was something very special in that, so I'm going to leave that to the end. This I found in the charity shop for 50p. The Pixies, I can't honestly remember any of their music, other than it was in the 90s, right? I think so. I got this because it's a super jewel case. It's one that I didn't have, and yeah, I don't recognise, I don't think, no, I don't recognise any of those track names. I haven't played this yet, so I don't know. We've got a live session and a few music videos. No, I don't recognise any of those. Anyway, for 50p, why not? In CEX, got a hold of Birds of Prey. Been again looking out for this with a slipcover. I did buy this on Vinted about 2 months ago with a slipcover for £1, which brought it up to just over £4 with fees and postage. But they never sent it, so I ended up getting a refund on that one, and then walked into CEX one day, week or so ago, and found this again at £4, so very happy. Off eBay, an HD DVD. This is one that I've been on the lookout for a very long time, and it's always really stupidly priced. And there's been a couple quite recently. I mean, one of them's been on there for a while, and the seller's been slowly dropping the price. But this came up, Dazed and Confused. It was £6 plus £1 something postage. I sent them an offer for £4 and they accepted it. So I paid just over £5 for this. And now this is the very last, I believe, the very last Universal title on HD DVD that I didn't already have. It's not the last release because there are quite a lot of variations, but as far as actual movies, unless there's a really obscure Asian exclusive that I don't know about, as far as US, UK and Australian releases, I have every title that Universal have released now on HD DVD. This one being a combo, of course. Like I say, there are some variants. Many discs only got released as combos, which is HD DVD on one side, DVD on the other. Most got released as just standard HD DVDs, but there are some titles that got both a combo and a standard. A few of those I have both versions. Most of them I only have one or the other, so I'm still looking out for the variations on in those titles. But as far as individual films, yeah, I've got it now. I now have a complete set of Universal releases on HD DVD. So happy to finally found that. This is another one I've been on the lookout for. It's an 88 films release that I sold a very long time ago when I was out of work. I needed some money and I sold a good chunk of my collection, and finally got this one back. Castle Freak. This has been up on CEX for quite a while, in the region of 20 to 30 quid. I think it's back down to about 20 now. I think it was on 22 when I bought this. This was on a buy it now at £13, so I had to grab it. Ironically, not the day after, but about 2 days after this arrived, another one came up on eBay, and an auction starting at £7.99. I thought, oh, great. As it turned out, that one ended up selling for just a touch more than I paid for this buy now, so I was a little bit relieved that that I missed out on one that might have been cheaper. I think now of all those that I sold back then, there's only 2 more that I need to rebuy. So yeah, still look at one of those is very expensive. I'm still looking out. And speaking of selling parts of my collection, I did have the limited edition of both Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator from Arrow. I sold them both off a while ago, well not a while ago, but maybe just a couple of months ago. I got such a good price for them, and then grabbed this one for less than a tenner. So I just need to find or re-find a standard version of Reanimator, which sells for quite a bit more than this one, but it's a US only release. But even so, even if I paid £20-30 for that, I'm still paying a fraction of what I sold my limited edition one for, which seems to both of them seem to have skyrocketed in price, but especially the American one, Reanimator. This is a 2-disc set with the booklet, so yeah, it was a decent find. Wasn't a massive bargain, but still happy to have grabbed it. And this, I was absolutely shocked when I came across this on Vinted. The guy that was selling them had maybe 6 or 7 bundles of Blu-rays, all 5 titles, just random titles, and each one was £3.50 for the 5 plus the postage and fees. And when I saw this, I thought, I'm going to have that. It had been up for 6 hours at the time, and it had 10 watchers. Why nobody had pulled the trigger and bought them, I don't know. But I more often than not, I see something on Vinted, I'll make an offer. A couple of times I've lost out because somebody just snapped them up before the sellers got back to me with either accepting or not. These I didn't wait. I did one quick little search just to make sure what was in here wasn't a bootleg. I'll talk about that a little bit in a sec. But it was 5 titles. 3 of these I already owned, 2 that I didn't. No, 3, sorry. 2 that I already owned and 3 that I didn't. At least not the specific release. But World War Z, common title. The Hunger Games, extremely common title. But I think I do need one more double red case for my 3D Marvel collection, so that'll come in handy for that. A film that I think I do own, but I just didn't have the 3D version. Sadly, there was no slipcover with this, but you know what, I'll take it. Oh, got out of focus there. The Hobbit, the Desolation of Smaug. I haven't seen any of these Hobbit movies, and whether I will ever watch them, I don't know. I never liked the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so who knows whether I'll get into those or not. A film that I never heard of, but it sounds very interesting. It's got a great cast. The Brothers Bloom. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try. But the one thing that stood out to me more than anything, the only thing that stood out to me, and I thought, for this price, I'm going to have to buy it. Dogma. Dogma on Blu-ray. I had never seen this version on a Blu-ray. In fact, I didn't even know it was available outside of the US on Blu-ray. I've only ever seen the US and Canadian covers, which are slightly different but very distinctive. And when I saw this, I thought, this has to be a bootleg. They only showed this front cover. They had all 5 of them together, but they only showed this front cover. There was no other pictures. I don't think there was anyway. I'm fairly certain there wasn't, or if there was, it wasn't close enough to read the writing on the back. So yeah, I did a search on Bluray.com and on eBay just to have a look, see if there's another version of this or another copy of this for sale somewhere, or if it even existed. Turns out this is a Spanish release. Like I say, I didn't know that there was anything outside of the US released. I believe there's also a German release which has a very similar cover to this, but it has the German age certificate in the bottom corner there. Once I was happy that I saw another one of these for sale on eBay for €115, by the way. Whether anyone will ever pay that for it, I don't know. I went straight back to Vinted and pulled the trigger and bought it. So I paid, like I say, just over £6 for these 5 to get Dogma. I mean, to be fair, I'll definitely be watching that one as well because it looks very interesting. Yeah, I'm so pleased. I didn't think I'd ever get this for such a cheap price. I did actually bid on the American version on eBay maybe 6 months ago, and at £30 I got way outbid, and even then I got carried away with bidding. As happy as I would have been to own it, to have paid £30 for it, which is probably still quite cheap, to be fair. Yeah, very, very, very happy. It was the last of the, at least the viewer skew. Why will this camera not keep focusing or keep going out of focus? I don't know why. It's a new phone. It's actually the first time I've recorded a video with it, but yeah, expect better. I've lost my train of thought now. Anyway, yeah, I don't know where I was totally gone. So, oh yes, this was the very last viewer skew or viewer skew universe movie that I needed for the Kevin Smith movie collection. There's still a few of his more recent ones that haven't had Blu-ray releases in the UK. Yoga Hoses and Tusk, for whatever reason, never got released in the UK. Actually, I just realised I'm something missing. Did I show that in the last? I can't remember. There's something else I bought and I can't remember whether I showed it in the last video or not. I don't think I did, because I'm going to have a quick look. I'll be back. Right. Forget what I said in that last few minutes ago. I did show this in the last video I did. I couldn't remember for the life of me whether I had it that long or not, but yeah, this was shown in the last video. This isn't the last film I need in that collection because I still don't have Clerks III. I have Clerks 2, but not on Blu-ray. I have it on HD DVD. So I was way off. I mean, technically I still have it in high definition. Clerks 3 I bought digitally as soon as it came out because it was in a deal on iTunes with together with Clerks 2. So I bought those two for reasons I don't know why. They weren't doing a 1, 2 and 3 Clerks set on iTunes, but nevertheless, I don't own that one yet. The guy who I bought that off did have Clerks 3 on a separate auction, but I ended up getting outbid, I seem to remember. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. That's, well, at least that is everything that I've... This camera is awful. Why will it not stay in focus? Dear God, this phone was not cheap. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what the problem is with this. So that's it for this month. It's the very last day of the month actually today. It's Saturday the 30th. I want to say, I'm hoping it is. I know it's Saturday and I'm fairly certain it's the first tomorrow, so it must be the 30th today, or 31st. What month are we? September, so yeah, be the 30th. Oh, I don't know where I am. Oh my goodness. Right, yeah, that'll be it for this video. I don't think I'm anything outstanding. There's nothing else that I've bought on Vinted that I'm waiting for. I'm fairly certain that HD DVD, where it's gone, was the last thing that came in about 2 days ago. That was the last thing I was waiting for. So yeah, right, I will leave it there, and hopefully it won't be another month, but I'm not going to make any promises, because you know how how terrible I am at that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra.